Good afternoon, Colony. My name is Colonist. Sorry about not posting a video yesterday. If you're wondering where I am tonight, I'm actually in my house for the upcoming school year, so that's why I moved. That's why it sounds so echoey in here. And we currently have no internets, so that's why you didn't get a storyline video yesterday, but I do plan on posting this today, so you're going to get a little kind of a doubleheader with the storylines plus a match. Hence you saw it in the thumbnail. So, a lot of updates for you leading up. We are less than a week away, 5 days away from August Asylum. I hope you're as excited as I am for that. And here are a couple updates just to keep you in the loop. First of all, we've got a surprise reunion match as we lead up to the confrontation, the Mortal Kombat Battle Royal between Noob-Smoke, Noob-Smoke, and Johnny Cage. We've had Noob-Smoke decide they're going to reunite in a tag team matchup, tornado tag team matchup against the martial artists, Johnny Cage and Bruce Lee. Ermac opted out because he wanted a singles match. That's fine. I didn't want to put all of them in one match before the Battle Royal anyway, so this works out. So we got 3 of them in that match, and so we're going to see that. Bruce Lee on a roll. Will we see him continue that roll? Who knows? Next, we also have a doubleheader in matches on Tuesday because I've got something special planned for Thursday. So I said, why don't we just condense and have a doubleheader on Tuesday. The doubleheader you've got is Dave Chappelle versus Michael Corleone, as we've seen the tensions rise between these two teams. And they, as upon your vote, are going to battle in a steel cage come this Saturday. Next up, and the second match of that doubleheader is Ermac versus Frozone. So Ermac wanted to get his own singles match. He and Frozone never competed together, I don't think. So the first meeting between those two, that should be a good match. Then, Game 4, Round 4, Age of 47 leads 2-1. So if Mr. Clean loses this match, he's out. But will he be able to win in a tables, ladders, and chairs pinfall match? You're going to have to wait and see. That's coming up later this week as well. Then Thursday, we have finally the Gut Check draft, which we've been waiting for forever to get Gut Check launching. Well, we've got the draft, and there's going to be a special surprise, so you are not going to want to miss it. Because there's going to be some shocking surprise in that particular video. So stay tuned. You will not be disappointed. Then, on Friday, we have this huge 6-man tag between the current champions, which is Team Mischief and Aquaman, against Chrono, Neo, and Riddick, all of Shades of Black. I'm going to warn you right now, if you saw the post that I posted on Facebook where after August Asylum I'm not simulating tag matches, this is the reason why. I'm not going to say anything except that this game loves countouts and for some reason does not like pinfalls. So just be prepared for another train wreck because it's in the works. Sorry in advance. So, and also, I got a chance to talk to both the champion and the #1 contender for the CIW Heavyweight Championship this week. Satan has told me that while it isn't personal between the Grim Reaper and Satan, Satan also understands that if it becomes personal between the two of them, he has to do what he has to do, and that is defend and be the best World Heavyweight Champion he can be for CIW and for himself because he's Satan. And the Grim Reaper, who I've talked to, said it's not personal between the two of them, but the Grim Reaper will not hold back in his quest to claim the gold that has eluded him, or any gold really, that has eluded him so far in CIW. He looks to really make the name that he's been dying to have, no pun intended. So anyway, those two, that's going to happen this week, is we're seeing them build up their match going to be the main event in August Asylum. And speaking of, allow me to list off the match cards so far for you. Now, here's the thing. I mentioned that the pre-show is going to be on Facebook. That's still going to happen. So if you haven't already liked the Facebook page, go like the Facebook page because there's a lot of good stuff there. Your August Asylum card will start with the pre-show. The pre-show is going to kick off with the Gut Check Winners Battle Royal. And that's where you're going to see the 5 guys who... Now, here's how this worked. We had 5 6-man battle royals for the team captains so they could make their selections and they could think about who they wanted to draft. The winners of those battle royals are going to compete in a 5-man battle royal, and the winner is going to be the number 1 seed in the tournament to determine the first gut check champion. And there's 5 men in that. I'm not going to tell you who they are because it's going to be a surprise. Then, also in the pre-show, we have the XYZ Championship ladder match between Aquaman and Chrono. You're not going to want to miss that, but you will unless you go like the Facebook page. So, get on it. Then in the actual match, in the actual August Asylum, now both of these are going to be posted on the same day. August Asylum pre-show is going to be posted probably in the morning, and August Asylum itself is probably going to be in the afternoon, early evening, somewhere around there. Well, the match it's going to start out with the Tag Team Championships between Team Mischief and Shades of Black, Neo and Riddick. So we're going to have to see see what happens there. Then we have the Anarchic Mafia and Salt and Pepper to Steel Cage. That's going to happen thanks to your votes on the Facebook page. We are going to have the Mortal Kombat Battle Royal between Johnny Cage, Smoke, Ermac, and Noob-Smoke. Then we've got Packard versus Ken Masters in a 20-minute Iron Man match. Then we have the main event. Satan, Grim Reaper, Heavyweight Championship of the World. 5 days away, folks. I can't wait to see you there. My name's The Colonist, and here now is your match with a fun transition. All right, so what we have for you today, a surprise reunion of Noob-Smoke going up against Johnny Cage and Bruce Lee, the martial artist. I'm ready to see this match. This is the first time that we've seen Noob-Smoke reunite since, I believe, way before Doomsday. Probably like 2 weeks before Doomsday, and that was in June. And here we are in late August, and this is the first time they're reuniting. I mean, they've had so many issues anyway. So it really should come as no surprise that this is going to happen. But I'm excited to see this go on. Later this week, we may have a guest commentator or 2, depending on whether my other friend says, sure, I'll come and do commentary for this. I wouldn't get my hopes up too much about him, but you know what? I've been surprised before. So anything could happen, anytime, all the time. That's what I've come to discover. So martial artists who have won, I don't think they've won a tag match at all. And I'm just going to bring up the numbers here, which I could easily be wrong about that stat. Okay, well, I believe the martial artists have lost every tag match they've been in because Johnny Cage only has 2 wins, and those 2 wins were both singles matches these past 2 weeks. Bruce Lee has won 4 singles matches, including a Money in the Bank, so they have yet to win a tag match together, where Noob-Smoke at least made it to the semifinals of the tag tournament before they got their asses handed to them by Team Mischief. Let's do some stats here right now. Bruce Lee, 4-4. Oh, and here comes Noob-Smoke.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from parts unknown, the Ninja.
So here comes Noob-Smoke. Let's start, before we get to Bruce Lee, which we'll get back to, Noob-Smoke is 4-8. Not a fantastic record for Noob-Smoke. And Smoke himself, former XYZ champion, where'd he go, is 5-6. So neither man has a winning record going into this match. However, if they win, at least Smoke will go back to even. Noob-Smoke has about a third of winning percentage right now in 4-8. But never mind that shit. Here comes Johnny Cage.
And the opponent from Los Angeles, California, Hollywood.
So Johnny Cage getting a great reception here. We are actually in Hollywood, Florida today. Not Hollywood, California, so not quite Johnny Cage's hometown. But still getting a good reception here. One half of the martial artists, who we really haven't seen do anything just yet, as a tag team, but that could always change. They did have a hell of a match in their defense. They had a hell of a match in a Hell in a Cell match against the other Rangers, which they came up a little bit short, but that was still one of my favorite tag matches to date. A, because it had a clean fucking finish, and second of all, because they really put their voice in. Johnny Cage is 2-6, also has a 1/3 winning percentage, not too hot. But those 2 wins, he started out 0-6 and now has 2 wins to his name. And with a similar track record, here comes Bruce Lee.
From Canada, the Bruiser.
Bruce Lee is 4-4, started out in CIW 0-4, and has won his past 4 matches. Could Bruce Lee continue that streak here today in this tag match and get his first ever tag team win with Johnny Cage against Noob-Smoke, the team that notoriously does not like each other at all? And that could easily happen. Bruce Lee and Johnny Cage have always still outperformed as a unit. And you have to wonder if Noob-Smoke is going to be able to do that now that they've had their issues over the XYZ Championship, now that they've had their issues personally. Will we see that manifest in a tag team discombobulation, if you will, between Noob-Smoke? Now, while this is loading, I'm going to go get a drink. So, sit tight, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take too long. I would ask people who they got in this one. However, I currently do not have any internet, like I said before, so it's going to be a little difficult to get my suggestions in. Another, I would have texted it way earlier. But anyway, here we go. And the first thing that happens is Smoke runs away. And oh look, but then leaving Noob-Saibot to the wolves, if you will. Johnny Cage and Bruce Lee both going after Noob-Saibot. Now Bruce Lee leaving the ring. And will there be any cohesion as a tag team unit between Smoke and Noob-Saibot? And right there off the bat, you can tell that they don't really want to tag with each other. And nothing really happening just yet. Smoke just with a knee to the gut and a slap to the face, and now walking away again to leave Noob-Saibot to both members of the martial artists. Somebody does not want... They've shown right now that they do not even want to be in the same ring with each other unless they're beating the shit out of each other. And now a nice, quick Northern Lights suplex there, or whatever that's called. Nicely executed. And now Noob-Saibot not wanting to get in the ring with Smoke. These two obviously have some lingering issues that have yet to be taken care of, but may be resolved this Saturday, August Asylum. Get ready, folks. It's going to be a hell of a show. And now, a leg wrench by Noob-Saibot, broken up by Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage and Bruce Lee. If we're looking at tag team combined records, Noob-Smoke is 9-14 combined. And that includes some wins over each other. And now Noob-Saibot with that take a drink maneuver, that fireman's carry. Now, what the hell is Bruce Lee doing? Confusing him. Roll up though. 1, is this going to be over here? And Smoke kicks out at 2. Just a 2 count. Referee Kevin James assigned to the contest. Now just right hands raining down on Noob-Saibot. And no tag team cohesion yet. The reason this is a tornado tag match is because any other way will end in a count out. And but you'll get to see what I mean by that come this weekend. You already saw it in the storyline video about the train wreck that will be that match. And now, tag team. Countered by Noob-Saibot, a double clothesline. Might give Noob-Smoke the advantage here going into the later portions of this match. We are still only a couple minutes in, so anything could still happen. And now Bruce Lee launching Smoke out of the ring. And now springboard and misses completely, does Johnny Cage. I wonder if we've actually seen a springboard hit yet. I don't think we have. But that could always change. And now Noob-Smoke, Bulldog, take a drink, and a power slam onto Smoke on the outside. And as far as the martial artists, Bruce Lee and Johnny Cage are a combined 6 and 10, which is a little better, but not fantastic nonetheless. And just a flying forearm shot by Noob-Smoke onto Bruce Lee, who gets right back up. Now all 4 men out of the ring. Springboard, Bruce Lee missing entirely. And another missed springboard. Johnny Cage now has Noob-Smoke. Oh, and smashing his head right into the barricade. And Noob-Smoke not having any of that, taking and smashing Johnny Cage out of the barricade. Now Noob-Smoke in the ring with just Bruce Lee. And, oh, I thought there was going to be maybe a tag team effort there, but instead we're going to see a groin attack. Take a drink. Noob-Smoke now back outside the ring. Johnny Cage taking his sweet time, picking his spots, if you will. And that cannot be doing any favors to Bruce Lee. All 4 of these men want momentum going into their respective... except for Bruce Lee, really. Bruce Lee doesn't even really need momentum. He does not have a match, but he is Mr. Money in the Bank. So, I mean, he's got a lot going for him right now. And another Bulldog by Noob-Smoke. We saw plenty of those when he was special refereeing. Cannot tell you how happy I am he is no longer doing so. And another groin attack on the Smoke, take a drink. Doesn't seem like Kevin James is going to disqualify Johnny Cage for that attack. I mean, he really can't when you think about it. Because, I mean, Smoke just did it to Bruce Lee. You know, right hands and chops, across armbreaker onto Smoke. Is that going to do it? No. And Noob-Smoke breaks up the submission. So for all the movements that they don't want to tag with each other, they also don't want to lose, does Noob-Smoke. So, I mean, I guess they're going to break it up, maybe not for their partner, but at least for themselves to try and get a win going into this battle royal. Bruce Lee really only there to help Johnny Cage. And a scoop slam. Nice scoop slam there. Bruce Lee to the top, hits him with a knee attack, I think. Down goes Smoke. And so far this match has gone both ways. No one really getting a clear advantage. And now went for another double team maneuver. Noob-Smoke once again breaking it out with a double clothesline. Now kick to the back of Bruce Lee by Smoke, who's really taken a lot of punishment here. But so is everybody. It's not like this one person. Oh, a spinning heel kick. Beautiful spinning heel kick by Noob-Smoke. And now both these men. Oh, a roll up by Smoke, or onto Smoke. Is that going to do it? 1, 2. No, Smoke kicks out again. And now Bruce Lee has got Noob-Smoke up in an airplane spin. An old school move. Nice over the head takedown by Johnny Cage. And, oh, looks for a shadow bomb. Looks like we're going to see a shadow bomb onto Johnny Cage. But, oh, and another roll-up this time. That very long, elongated, and annoyingly long animated roll-up. Went cover 1 and a rope break. Noob-Smoke tried to break up the count, but instead just put him toward the ropes. Still worked. Still just as efficient. Johnny Cage back up after a shadow bomb. And now Johnny Cage... Now with, oh, what a, holy shit! Johnny Cage with a huge clothesline. And I'm surprised Smoke springboard, nobody's there. And oh my god, what a kick! I think that was the game of death cover 1, 2, 3. Bruce Lee continues his roll. And the martial artists pick up their first tag team win against Noob-Smoke. And Noob-Smoke now has the most losses in CIW at the moment with 9. 9 losses for Noob-Smoke. That brings Smoke up to 7 losses. And the first tag team win for Team Martial Artists. Good for them, and that launches Johnny Cage into his third win. Both these men have win streaks going. Johnny Cage with 3, Bruce Lee with 5, and can Bruce Lee be stopped? Like, goddamn. 5 wins, including a Money in the Bank win. Your Asno tweet of the day. Ever put something on the roof of your car and forget it was still there until after you drove off? It's a good thing kids are resilient. Hal, what are you doing? So anyway, that's going to do it for this edition. My name's The Colonist, and we'll see you next time, everybody.